Alright, so initially the subject and the title of the video might seem really weird or paranoid or conspiratorial or out there, but actually what we're going to see is that it's pretty easy to see and understand, and something that we've probably all experienced in some way, shape, or form. We're looking at the basic fundamental mechanics of kind of people being, you call it manipulators or you call it vampires or whatever, but it's basically this idea of going through life trying to elicit emotional or psychological or psychic responses from people, and basically really getting off on that or feeding off on that. And this is a basic idea which underlies a huge chunk of religions, huge chunk of cults, huge chunk of spiritual things and new agey things, and governments and organizations of all shapes and sizes play on these same basic ideas, which personally I'm interested in. I don't know, maybe more empowerment, maybe more freedom, maybe more sovereignty, which supposedly our country was based on, but that's kind of another example of this whole thing that people kind of believe in. Maybe we'll get there one day, I hope so. But yeah, so how does this whole thing work? How do the mechanics work? Well, common to all of these things is this fundamental idea of, number one, creating a sense of mistrust within the individual, meaning you're stupid or you're dumb and you can't trust your natural feelings and your natural feeling responses to things. And I'm not talking about whim, I'm not talking about just fleeting fancy, I'm talking about something deeper and much more profound than that, something that we all have. It's kind of like if you've ever been in a room, or you ever walked in a room, people were just fighting, you kind of feel like, what was that? What's that about? Or one time I was in this restaurant, and the restaurant was packed, super busy. You know, all the tables were filled, everyone was talking, people were in line. It was just really a lot happening. And then all of a sudden in the back of the kitchen, I guess maybe a shelf broke or something, but like a bunch of stuff just fell off and hit the ground. And it was like this just pressure came over the entire room, and everyone just went like, all the conversation just went, and everyone at the same time just responded. Not consciously, not based on theory, not based on a system or a paradigm or tradition, or based on a guru's teaching, or based on a Shaktipat or an initiation or anything. Everyone just responded naturally. Just like in the same way you walk into a room, your body regulates to the environment. And if it doesn't, that's called kind of dis-ease. But we're talking about just a natural response that we all kind of have, and we all probably had as kids. Yet the issue is that at some point it was distorted or shut off or not allowed to grow or whatever. So fundamentally this mistrust is created. And then number two is this sense of kind of being stained or guilty or broken or inadequate in some way, needing to be improved or fixed or elevated or whatever. So these basic two ideas, two basic programs underlie really all of these things: religions, cultures, traditions, blah, 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 blah. I could list a bunch of shit. You probably get the idea at this point. Yet also, these two factors are also at play when people are on a personal level trying to be psychically manipulative. Whether it's the person on the street trying to hustle you for money or get you to sign something or get you to join their organization, or the people knocking on your door trying to save you, or people at work, or it really shows up in a lot of places. And fundamentally, it kind of creates this anxiety state. Which, well, what do people mean by anxiety? Well, just in a basic way, I'm not going to give you a definition. How about examples that are better? Anxiety is basically something you can experience right now in two simple steps. Number one, get a microphone, plug it into an amplifier. Number two, turn it up really fucking loud and put the microphone up to the amplifier. What happens? Something that feels really terrible. Again, you don't need a theory, you don't need a guideline, you don't need a guru. Your body's like, your body wants to get away from it immediately. That's a pretty natural feeling response. That's not necessarily based on anything other than what you already got going on. So that's what we could call anxiety, or the state that these organizations or people want to create inside of you, because it basically creates this really big disconnect in the body, where what we mean by feedback is basically this endless loop of just mental chatter. Well, did I do this? Did I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? Well, what do I do this? Do I do that? No, no, no. If I do this, if I go to this school and I get this degree, then no, 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 people will love me. If I get this plastic surgery, and finally people will think I'm pretty, and finally they'll give me the attention I deserve. Or if I just get this money, then finally I'll be happy and people will love me. Or we can just go on and on forever, but you get the idea. And it's just basically this endless thing where all of our awareness and all of our intelligence and energy is just usurped on this mental, psychic level. And then really the rest of the body just sort of starts to not really be as vital. And we could use words such as demonization, because inherent in this is the demonization of our feeling state, or the demonization of our animal nature, or our physical nature, and the upliftment of our thinking, logical, rational brain, and our spiritual or more elevated side, depending on the paradigm you want to poke fun at. And this is true in science. This is also true in religion. Same shit, different clothing or whatever. Say what different story. Because basically, to be a smart, involved person, to a degree, it makes us pretty dumb and incapable of really even living life in a basic way. Because when we hit this anxiety, endlessly questioning state, it renders us fairly impotent in a lot of ways. Because how can we trust our mistrust? How can we doubt our doubts? Can we guard the aspect of ourselves which are guarding aspects of ourselves? It's just basically, yeah, that's kind of that point. So anyways, the point here is not putting down anything. It's not being paranoid. It's about being conspiratorial or blaming anyone or anything. Really just about having awareness. Because the fact of the matter is we were all children. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe some of us watching this video weren't. I don't know. Maybe there's some ageless immortals watching this video who were born a few hundred years ago and can't even remember. But for most of us, we were children. And there were times in our life where we learned that the only way to get something was just that we're hungry, so we're going to cry. We didn't get what we want, so we're going to throw a tantrum. Or maybe we did something bad. Maybe we, made a mistake and we're trying to cover up for it. Or we don't want to take responsibility for it. We don't want to get in trouble. So we try to, oh, it's really this or it's really that. It's really not that big of a deal. I didn't do it, or so-and-so made me do it. Or if we want to take it all the way back, we can look at the Bible. Adam, whatever, ate the fucking fruit. Adam, why'd you eat the fruit? Psh, the woman over there made me do it. Woman, why did you tempt the man over there? Oh, well, the serpent made me do it. And then there's parents, or there's, parents that raise messed up kids, right? And then people go to the kid and say, well, why are you messed up? Well, I'm messed up because my parents messed me up. Go to the parents, why are you messed up? Well, we're just the way we are because that's just the world we grew up in, and that's just the way our parents raised us. Go to the parents, say, hey, well, why did you mess up your kids that messed up their kids that messed up their kids? Oh, well, that's just how we were raised. It's just what we knew. It's just the right way to do it, so that's just what we had. Go to their parents forever. Or if you want to look at the Big Bang, take everything back. Eventually it leads to the Big Bang, which says what? The universe and everything was just this little thing in our palm, and everything exploded out. So basically, it's all just basically the fault of the Big Bang. Same paradigm, same story, same cultural operating system. And really the point here is getting to awareness. And basically maybe getting off the hamster wheel a little bit. I don't know. Maybe feeling more empowered a little bit. I don't know. Maybe having more awareness from where people try to use these sort of tactics and modalities on us. Or perhaps maybe we do them on other people. I don't know. And really having something, then realizing that when we are just so devoted and usurped to an idea, or devoted to a thing, a culture, a whatever, perhaps these are important points to consider, and consider where our energy is going, and where we are really being empowered or we aren't, or if we are just basically acting like a virus. Well, what is a virus? What is the virus's number one imperative? Reproduction. What is oftentimes a person's number one imperative after they've seen the light, whether they're vegan or vegetarian or raw foodist or yoga person or Christian or hardcore dogmatic atheist or whatever? What is their number one thing? Reproduce. Get the ideas out there, get more people in the club, more people in the group, more people into the secret ancient knowledge that will save everyone. No, maybe there's some similarity there between the biological functioning of a virus and mind viruses or memes, which take over people's heads and cause all their psychic energy and emotional whatever to be devoted to the guru or the leader or the imaginary person over there, or fill in the blank. But then what happens is when a person tries to extricate themselves or leave a certain situation as this, or a person says, nah, no thanks, I don't want to play that game, then all of a sudden what happens? Oh, you're fill in the blank. Unenlightened, you're not saved, you're going to go to hell, or you're a stupid meat eater, don't you understand what you're doing to the planet? So instead of just rambling on forever at the end of this video, because this is a huge subject which can go on for quite some time, concisely we could just really sum it up and understand that once the microphone gets so close to the amplifier or the camera is turned on the monitor, that's an infinite loop that really has no end other than not doing it. So the thing we're saying here is that once a person goes down that path or chooses to see themselves in that way or really feeds those initial stains or holes, it can be quite infinite. It can go on for quite some time, which is actually the idea. Because typically religions and these cults and these groups and whatever kind of want lifetime membership. And they not only want your lifetime membership, they want you to get other people to get lifetime memberships. It's not kind of like, all right, well, just join our religion for 6 to 12 months, just do our thing, and then we'll see you later. It's cool, go live your life. Rarely is that the case. Because it's always just, oh, well, you're at this level, oh, you got to get to this level. Oh, you're at this level, oh my God, you don't even know about the next level. It's so crazy. Like, it's just, it goes on forever. So, I don't know. Just some ideas, just some opinions and thoughts about kind of a really weird, crazy topic. So, I don't know. Hopefully it's been helpful. Hopefully it's made some sense. I don't know. If not, sorry for wasting your time. Because I didn't make this pretending like I was going to offer any solutions or solve any problems. It's just really ideas and concepts for the sake of ideas and concepts and for themselves, and we'll see. But it's been fun for me. Hopefully it's been fun for you, and I'll talk to you soon.